Alright guys, welcome back to another video. Like and subscribe if you haven't liked the video or subscribed yet. But here are some tips that I have for Season 7 and going into Season 8 for solo games. And it's basically based around the new kind of meta, I'd like to call it, where you get shield per kill and you get 50 material. You get a total of 150 materials. So what's really nice is if somebody lands on you and they don't have a weapon, you literally get 150 materials and 50 shield right off there. Yes, you do use some ammo, but come on. Free shield, free materials, everything's good. So there's that. And so what I want to talk about is you should be looking for, this is my personal opinion, this is just my loadout right here. AR of any kind, your preferable AR. I prefer the SCAR, but the AK still works with this. Pump. Don't use a tac over a pump. Once you find a pump, drop the tac if you're struggling to win. SMGs. Now this is kind of tutorial or tips is to look for more higher kill games. So if you want lesser kill games or just want to try to win, I could kind of give you some tips as well. Now you could also use this to try to improve your skills with this to where you're pushing people. Glider redeploy, once you see that, you're picking it up. Minis are really the only shield you're looking to pick up. If you don't have minis, carry a bandage, medkit, something. I don't really suggest using a sniper with this loadout, especially if you're going to be aggressive and pushing people. If you prefer to sit back with the sniper, then I would say maybe drop the glider redeploy because there's no point if you're just going to sit back and snipe. But my personal opinion is AR, shotgun, SMG, glider redeploy, minis. Now, of course, I know a lot of you could always say, "Oh yeah, I'll use AR, shotgun, sniper, glider redeploy, minis," and you could go that if you prefer, like your AR in close range and stuff like that. But personal opinion, and so one thing like. Of course, you're not going to always land with these items, so you might just get an unlucky drop to where you can't find a pump, you can't find an AR. Like, for example, my first, 4 or 5 kills comes without a shotgun. So, again, you just got to be able to play without a shotgun sometimes and just be able to live with it. And, yes, I don't know if I find a tactical shotgun in this game mode, or in this gameplay, but I just hate the tactical shotgun so much, I'd rather have dualies, because they do roughly the same amount of damage. And you'd be like, dualies do 41. Well, as long as you hit the 2, a guy was camping here, I don't know what he's doing. But yeah, I basically just lasered him, kind of easy kill, but yeah. Again, and this gameplay proves you do not need a good SMG. All you need is this basic gray SMG and you could win the game. It doesn't matter what loot you get, as long as you get a pump and an AR and an SMG, you should be able to be fine and live through most fights. And so you want to think about third partying. And I know what I used to play earlier in the season, and I still got wins, was I really didn't take fights. If 2 people were fighting, I kind of leave them alone. And I kind of thought like this when the shield per kill was added, but then I realized, wait, if they're both still fighting, I could get both those kills and steal that health. So, also, it's fun getting kills, so you just want to push everyone. Now, of course, you might be like, well, what if I have 20 HP? If you have under 100 HP, be careful when you push. If you know you could push this person and kill them, then push them. That's one thing I would say. If you feel confident enough to push somebody and be able to successfully kill them and take their loot, then yes, push them. But otherwise, don't really do it. Just play a little bit more passive with low HP. Also, you've got to be careful about losing high ground. Because I know this, I've played a ton of games over the past few weeks, and when I lose high ground, I tend to turtle up because If I try to retake high ground, I'll be sprayed. If I don't try to retake high ground, I'll be sprayed. Literally any way I do it, once you lose high ground, it's a big deal. And in most of the fights where I lose high ground, it's normally me putting a roof above myself, and I'm like, really? And there are a lot of people who you can outbuild. The general population of kind of Fortnite players right now, on console at least, that I've seen, they could build somewhat, but they can't really build high. And like, you'll see there are like one or two players where you maybe meet a game to where they're kind of towards a level player like me, where they could A, build, and B, they can edit. And that's a big deal. One thing is learn to edit and be able to hit those edit shots. And I know sometimes, I know one game, which I will probably post later this week, I was just editing for fun, being kind of like a symphony, Tfue kind of style. It wasn't even on a person. I was just trying to flex, I guess. I don't know. But again, just try to push people. And going into Season 8, I don't think there will be much changed. But one thing to where, like, it just depends on what weapons. You know what happens when they move on to another season. They tend to vault a lot of items and stuff and weapons, but they tend to add a lot of weapons. So let's say I don't know. I don't see why the infantry rifle was added. Nobody really uses the weapon just because it's not a good weapon. Like, it doesn't have enough rounds. Maybe they buff it. Maybe we see a new shotgun, and that could definitely change the meta of what you use. But again, and you could ask me and say, well, you use an SMG, could I use a deagle? And my thing on that, if you like pump deagle, and you can hit your deagle shots, then go ahead, use pump deagle. But you've got to make sure, with every shotgun, you cannot one-shot a person going from pump deagle, like with hitting body shots. With headshots, on either weapon, you can. But you've got to make sure that you don't get absolute lasered or trapped. And this is what also annoys me. And it's happened in so many games. I literally placed 3 traps in a box. My duo partner died. Placed 3 traps in a box. Had stairs in the box. And I somehow, like, the stairs are that glowing color. And this Raven's in the box with me. None of the traps are destroyed and doesn't take damage at all from one of the traps. It's one of the things where I don't understand. I always die to, like, I don't always die to traps. When one person places a trap, I get killed by it. But when I try doing the same thing, they avoid it somehow. And it's like, what? And so traps, like, really annoy me just because of how, like, inconsistent they could be. And also, one thing that I know that I can improve, and yeah, you could be like, well, why are you saying this? And if you don't believe me on, hey, you can't get solo wins, before this season, I think I had 19 solo wins. After this season, I've gained 20 in the season alone. So, if you really don't think this works, then I have proof. I have 20 videos from this season where I can upload. And I think I've uploaded most of those gameplays. I could go find those 20 videos and upload those gameplays. Also, don't forget to subscribe for more of these high kill tips if you want tips. Also, I might be doing a poll of what's your guys' favorite skin that I own and use. So, if you want that poll, comment. And if you're watching to this long in the video, thank you. This is a good gameplay. I play aggressive. Now, and I think that's going to definitely be interesting because when I watch these Fortnite like update videos and stuff, they have gameplay and they're playing pretty aggressive or they're able to edit. Yeah, I could take the time to edit, but yeah, it's just I don't really know how to edit. So yeah, that's the problem is like I'm not really very professional at editing thumbnails, so I know there's a lot of stuff I need to work on my channel, but here are just tips. Just if you want high kills, you've got to be aggressive. Use glider redeploy. Use your launch pad. Use your rift. If there's a rift you can't carry, just use it. Go push somebody. Now, of course, low health. Just got to be cautious about pushing people. If you know you could kill them, or even if you have low health, maybe consider picking up a sniper, trying to get a snipe, then getting shield, then maybe dropping it or carrying it again, and then go get that guy's loot, and then boom, you've got a little bit more health from sniping a kid. So there's a ton of different meta, like ways you could play. One thing I don't see people using, tac shotgun. There's no reason. If there's a pump, drop the tac shotgun. Drop it. Just drop it. I don't care if it's a blue tac shotgun. Drop it. Nobody's going to pick it up and kill you with it. Unlikely. It's unlikely. And there was one time where I did kill somebody with a gray tactical shotgun with a, 120 headshot. I was like, oh my god, the tac is a beast. And I had, 4 or 5 kills that game. And I was killing most of the people with the tactical shotgun. That's, the only good experience. But most of the times... Look, I have 6 kills with 15 people left. Let's say I run into those 14 people. I could have dropped a 20 bomb. I don't drop a 20 bomb. But here's also another thing you're going to see me do right up in here, that if you cannot carry a slurp juice, drink it. And you might be like, well, that's just a waste of shield. What if you need it? Well, what if an opponent has, 89 HP? I don't know, 100 HP. He finds that slurp juice. He's like, oh my god, what a lifesaver. Now he's up to 175. And instead, you drink it. Of course, later in the game, you might see an example of where I might have needed a slurp juice very badly. But, yeah. So again, I would just say, if you can't take a chug jug, let's say you have 100 health, 89 shield, and you're carrying 6 minis, and you have a full loadout, take the chug jug. Literally, if you cannot carry something, use it. Literally use it. Of course, I'm not saying if you can't use dynamite, then just drop the dynamite. Also, my playstyle, I don't like using explosives. I think they're stupid. I think most of them should be vaulted. Dynamite clingers. The stink bomb. Oh, yeah, stink bombs. Those are annoying because every time somebody uses one of those 3 weapons, they always spam all 3 of them. All 3 of them are thrown. If they have more, then it's even more annoying. And so the dynamite will blow up your first building, or your whole building pretty much, and then you fall down, and then the second dynamite blows up. So you don't really have enough time to block it, so you end up taking damage because you don't have time. Also, look at that, 7 kills, 6 people left. Of course, I don't know how so many people died, and I was looking for a person. Look at that, another example of me taking a slurp juice with I don't really need it. Yeah, you could always say drop your glider redeploy. Well, if you want to play aggressive, you need the glider redeploy. Plus, right now, glider redeploy has been built into my brain, and it's pretty much a part of my set. Now, of course, Season 8 could totally change my loadout and stuff. And if you guys ever want to see a video about my settings, I don't know, I wouldn't really focus on my accuracy settings and stuff like that. But one thing I would focus on is changing your keybinds to where you don't have to hold to edit. And if you're using Combat Pro, stop. Go use Builder Pro. I've had so many people say, I literally had a person say 2 days ago, I just switched from Builder Pro. Oh my god, it's so good. And it's you weren't using Builder Pro? I don't see why people don't use Builder Pro. Combat Pro just sucks. Yeah, I pretty much wasted that rift to go. Didn't go anywhere because I couldn't find anybody. So yeah. And then I kind of built a base to try to look out. And look what I did here. I see that guy over there, and I'm like, you know what? And I try shooting him. I hit him twice. And again, old me would have just sat there in the base. This new kind of aggressive me eventually pushes him. I don't know what I'm waiting for, but I eventually push him. And I think I should have pushed him earlier. He's a complete bot. You'll see this in the clip. You've just got to try to push people. He's obviously not trying to shoot me back, so I knew something was up. So I land here, bop, boom, lasered him. Kid's right behind that tree. I think he's coming out of the storm. And so I personally Just play aggressive now. If you want to start playing more of aggressive, pick up glider redeploy and stuff and use it. Use it to your advantage. And you might be like, oh no, I've got 10 glider redeploys. I'm going to run out. I'm going to tell you this here. The most I really use in my glider redeploys, I use like 4 or 5. I don't really use all 10. I haven't had an instance over the last like week or two kind of where I've been picking up the glider redeploy where I've ran out. I don't run out of glider deploy. And if you're asking what to do in bigger team game modes, dude, just push everybody. In those team rumbles, team of 32, all disco domination, just push. Like literally that's just push. Literally everybody sucks. And if you're playing it, you most likely suck unless you want to try to get like 40 kills. No offense to most people that play it, but it doesn't take much skill to get a ton of kills in that game mode. Like, even when I was playing my worst, I struggled. This kid hit me with a heavy sniper. So Storm's coming, and so I decided to get out of there, even though, looking back on this, I probably should have stayed and killed him, because look at that. I've got 50-50. So if I would have killed him, I would have been at 150, but it's alright. And so right here, I'm just trying, and this kid right here. Oh my gosh, he's going to make my head hurt. Alright, so he hits me there, and literally I'm just trying to get to the circle currently. And you're like, you're using up a ton of materials. Use your materials to advantage, because if you kill somebody, they most likely have max mats. Now, of course, if they're building a lot like me, probably not, but again, you can afford to use a ton of materials. Everybody else is going to have a good amount of materials, unless they just, like, don't kill anybody. If you're running into people with 0 kills who don't farm materials, then, of course, they ain't going to have any materials and stuff. So that kid knocks me down. And look, I land, boom, immediately build, and this kid spraying me. And I'm literally saying in this gameplay, why is I have the whole lobby spraying at me? And it's so annoying, because this kid would not stop shooting me. So I had to run away. And this is the instance where you can't really be aggressive back. Storm's moving, you gotta get into the circle. This guy's got a grenade launcher. I think he ran out of grenades. So I'm just trying to outlive him, trying to stay. And you can look right here. Oh, shoot. You only got 25 shield, 37 HP. You ain't winning this. Whoa. I'm pretty sure I already said I won this. But yeah. And again, always suggest videos and stuff. Make sure to subscribe if you're not subscribed yet. I don't really care extremely about people liking my videos. I mean, it's a cool number. More of my subscribers care about it. Even though I think it adjusts the algorithm for YouTube. I would love to see more people subscribed. And if you're watching to this, comment 10 kill dub. I'm kidding. Just comment any suggestions for future videos and stuff. So yeah. And I take a lot of storm damage here. And I knew. Also, you've got to take mental pictures of what's in the game. Remember earlier when I took that slurp juice? There were 2. I was going to go try and get that other slurp juice. And then I botched the edit. I botched those edits all the time. And look, that's where the shield for kill, if it wasn't in the game, I probably would have died. Well, actually, I don't think this kid hit me once, but it doesn't matter. It's a big part of the game, and it's helpful. Because, look, I probably would have died if I didn't have shield for kill. Also, I wish I could have collected that guy's materials, but they were kind of far away. And I hate players who play like this, who only look for the snipe. This kid is literally, like, scoped in. I hate the players, especially in solo, when they're scoped in, and you're like, I can't do anything, because he's going to snipe me as soon as I peek. And, like, you hope for a third party, because there's not much you could do unless you go into another position to snipe. I mean, that's really the only thing you could do. And I think this kid, I don't know what he was doing. He was kind of playing super passive, when it was kind of obvious that I had taken a little bit of damage. But he really didn't try to fight me. I go down here. I don't pop him. I kind of gave up my high ground, but quickly gained it back. Boom. Shotgun. Jumped down, and I played aggressive. Why'd I jump down? I knew I had no materials, so I did. But thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoy. I'll see you guys next time. Remember to suggest videos in the comments down below.